Hey everybody, I have up the results from my gym poll. I put up this poll because I was actually legitimately curious, what my audience and followers would go with. And I had over 800 people vote. This is actually one of the smaller turnouts, but the results are not particularly surprising. I mean, they're a little more biased than I thought they would be. But given that I gave people 5 options, the home gym one, man, because 5 years ago, I don't think people would have voted that way. I'm going to discuss that in a bit, though. We'll get to that one in a minute, but let's go down the road. What do we have? Normal gym, franchise gym, like a 24-hour, just, LA Fitness, those sort of gyms. 24-hour fitness is actually pretty good. I've had a nationwide membership with them and actually was really happy with them before I did my home gym. Hardcore strength or bodybuilding gym. This is actually a personal favorite of mine. Given the choice outside of a home gym, that's actually my choice. That is what I usually recommend to people, and I think that surprises a lot of people. And I'm actually not surprised at all that people said that. And you'll get some people who are like, but I don't want to be super hardcore. It's like, no, that's the best place for a beginner. Like, I'm gonna be honest with people. Noob level gyms are the worst place you can possibly train unless you need to go train there for whatever reason and you're a very experienced lifter who knows what they're doing. So I'm glad those only got 2%. And again, I think that's the biggest mistake, and there's a big market for those because noobs literally have no idea what they need to do or where they need to go. So because those gyms are not intimidating and they're packed full of people who are not in shape and have no idea what they're doing, they don't feel intimidated. But here's what I've always said about that one. When comparing that versus the hardcore gym versus even the box gym. If you wanted to get good at anything, like let's say you wanted to get good at golf, and you had the option to go play at a golf course that had 10 professional golfers there, full of instructors and other people who are very high level instructors, and everyone playing there was good, and you wanted to get decent at golf, not even great, would you go play there? Would you go to that golf course? Or would you go to a putt-putt golf course to try to learn and literally have nobody in there who even knows how to play golf? Or let's say you went to a different golf course and you get there and realize none of the instructors have any experience, right? Very little. You realize that all the people playing golf there, 80% of them don't even know the rules of the game or how to hold a golf club. Do you think that would be a good place to learn how to play golf? No, because it's full of noobs who have literally no idea what they're doing. If you went and played at the other one, you would probably have professionals stopping and giving you tips. You would end up being 10 times a golfer. Okay, those noob level gyms are for people who plan on never getting into shape. They're kind of there for people who want to claim they want to get into shape, but they really don't want to do it. And then it gives them an excuse to not get into shape because everyone at the gym is out of shape. So they don't learn, they don't get anywhere. I mean, quite frankly, the facilities deter you from actually putting in real effort to keep it from being intimidating. That's oftentimes a bad situation. I tell people, skip all of that, even skip the franchise gyms. You go to the gyms packed full of hardcore bodybuilders, powerlifters. You go to find the gym where people bench pressing 400 and 500 pounds, where you walk in there, the dudes have 20-inch arms and abs, where all the women are super fit with 6-packs. That's where you want to get in shape. If you have that option, even if you are a complete beginner who's never lifted in your life and you're 100 pounds overweight, hands down, that is where you want to go. You will get faster results than doing anything else you could possibly imagine doing. Any fad diet, any whatever little thing you silly app that's giving you some goofball workouts, any of that place will get you results 10 times, 20 times faster than anything else you could possibly do because you don't know what you're doing. The noob level gyms market purely to ignorance. And I get it, there's a market for it, but it is not in your best interest. The small mom and pop and non-hardcore gyms, I kind of threw that in because some people like those. They like that smaller feel instead of the franchise. But the problem is if it's not the hardcore, it's kind of like, it can be nice, but usually the equipment and the price are usually better at the franchise gyms. So I really kind of place those number third also. So really this kind of goes in the order that I would work with. But we come over to the modestly but decently equipped home gym. I am aware that mine is not modest. I have at this point over $30,000 in my home gym over the years I've accumulated. Again, a lot of it's because of the Rogue equipment. But why is this one so popular? People are like, what about the social environment? What about the other extra equipment? Even you said you'd like to have a couple more things that are just too hard to fit in. Yeah. But here's a big one. And I think this isn't the main, this is not the main reason people would have in the past. It is now. Gyms were shut down all over the world. Gyms were shut down in America. The entire gym industry was crippled during lockdowns. There were people who could not train. And people literally pulled in. And I think people who don't train literally do not understand how important it is to our mental health and well-being in every aspect of our life, those of us who train seriously, that for many of us, that they might as well have killed us. I can honestly tell you among a lot of people who lift because they need it for their mental health, because tons of people lift because of past trauma. As a form of therapy. I'm talking people with PTSD, sexual assault survivors, child abuse survivors. I would fall in that category. Taking the gym away from those people, and I already had a home gym by that time, but taking a gym away from those people caused severe depression, severe anxiety, unbalanced their mental health, and I think in many cases, and I've even heard of some, it led to their suicide. Like, it was a problem. So home gyms are the solution there. And I can say as a coach, for a while, I had no clients in public gyms. I had like 2 clients in public gyms during a lot of that. Everyone else had to have home gyms. I had one guy, a friend who built a home gym, said, help me put together a home gym and I'll hire you as a coach. And I helped him get stuff ordered immediately as soon as they started locking anything down. And he built a home gym, and then I coached him. So this is a big deal now. That's why it is the biggest one there. The other perks, of course, you don't have to wait for equipment. You don't have to travel. There's no travel time. No nonsense of dealing with the gym. You just get in and train. So even for me right now, even though this is pretty much my livelihood and profession, my workouts are less than an hour. And I can just get up and go do them. I can get some fluids in and go do them because I train fasted in the morning. I can be in the gym working out 15 minutes after I wake up. I can literally start my day that way, and I often do that. It's fantastic. And you get to pick what equipment you have. If there's certain things you want, like a reverse hyper or something like that your commercial gym doesn't have, you can buy it and put it in. So I think that the poll largely shows that most people, given the option, would actually go that route. That is the biggest choice. 52% out of all these votes, with the next nearest one being 29, which is what I recommend to people if they're going to go train. So again, I think people who are following this are kind of savvy to these things. They're aware of all these things. So it's kind of nice to see that. I think the things that people forget with the home gyms, I've seen a few people try to claim, people don't get the best results in home gyms. I've even seen some people on social media claim that. The reality, back in the day, further back, I think a lot of us noticed even on forums and other places, people who trained at home oftentimes had the best physiques and the best numbers because they were able to get in and train no matter what. It was just part of their life. It made it easier, more convenient, allowed them to be more consistent, and it saved a lot of time. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.